Welcome to the Friends of the Ninth Doctor panel. I'll be your host, I'm Joshua Lee Friedman, and we have a clip for you to watch. Enjoy.
Louder.
All right, so let's have a warm welcome to Annette Bening, Camille Story, and not forget, No Club. Everyone have their boxes? They sure came in handy last night. For those of you who were at the match game, you might remember that. A lot of you are, we won't be repeating any of that language in this panel, of course. We'll keep it clean. Right, Noel? All right, we're going to get into it. Also, just so people in the back can hear, questions will be taken, and I encourage all of you to ask questions. Please line up on the side. We have a microphone ready for you. We really appreciate it. Thank you. Let's get into it. Friends of the Ninth Doctor. This is exciting to have all exciting to have all three of you on the stage. You've done conventions together before, or gone on stage together before, and so you guys have practiced hands of this. Awesome. So let's talk about just how you guys kind of fell into it now. I met the two episodes of World War III and Aliens of London were done in the first block, all shot together. Yeah, so, this question is for all three of you, actually. Is there the pressures of, performing in the inaugural episode of such a beloved franchise? You're coming back from after not having been on the air so long.
Oh boy, was it fun. It was fantastic.
There's an alien in the room. Oh yeah.
Oh no, yeah, it was amazing. We did a read through at Cardiff Stadium, which is in Rugby Stadium, huge room, and it was like a gladiatorial sort of Roman amphitheatre. And you felt that people would hold up cards and be swords
And Camille?
Yes, it was terrifying that first day in Cardiff. The read-through was like you were being tested, and which was a brilliant thing. But we had champagne afterwards to celebrate because we were all amazing. And do you remember we were so drunk? Oh, so drunk. And Mark Gatiss was there because he was obviously going to come in and write and stuff. And I was so drunk that I started doing impersonations of him and his colleagues in The League of Gentlemen. You seen The League of Gentlemen? How embarrassing is that? Not the show, me doing you're my wife now. Him. I was doing that. It's like awful. So he was saying, oh, it's very good, Camille, very good. Just humouring me. So, loads of pissed actors, having a great time. Yeah. But Noel was away, weren't you? You were in Thailand. Yeah, you were filming.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about this yesterday. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, I was still in Thailand on another show, and they actually switched the first weeks around.
To accommodate you.
Just accommodate you, which is great, but, they did that. And so, you guys did Cardiff and then came back to London? Or did London and then came back to Cardiff, or something?
Yes, Cardiff
first, and then came back to London, then went back to London. So they switched it 2 weeks around, so they did Cardiff first, then came to London where I joined, and then went back to Cardiff, which was very nice of them, and so I kind of landed off the plane and jumped into it, and it was just a buffoon.
And about that block of episodes shot together, and Noel had brought up a really good point yesterday, in case anyone hadn't noticed, the tonal shift in the series from what it was starting out finding its legs when you were shooting Aliens of London, World War III and Rose, and how totally it was very light and not as dark, or darker, right? It got darker as it progressed. Would you like to comment on that? Did you feel that tonal shift as it became more serious and darker, or? Because your episodes were light, because you had the, dare I say, the flatulent alien side of it. And that was part of it, but as the show was finding its legs, it got more serious. Did you feel that probably between that and Boomtown, perhaps?
Yeah, I just would say the word and then Boomtown happening, and that being first time watching challenge. It is wrong. And I think that probably it was obviously very deliberate. It just used the audience in and don't see audience to and then slowly introduce all this depth into it, just really very great.
Anyone would like to comment on that? Just a tonal shift. You shot the first 3 episodes with Rose, Aliens of London, World War III. The tone was very light as the show was finding its legs. And it got deeper and serious, yeah.
Can you hear me? Oh, there we go. Yeah, no, I think it had to go that way, really, didn't it? You had to be sort of welcomed into the bosom and then scared out of your wits. So it was a natural progression, and I think something that needed to be done. So in order to take maybe the whole thing seriously for the non-believers, who probably became huge fans after that. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it was an intentional thing or if it just was what it was, finding its feet in that first block, and then everyone kind of going. Actually, probably after block 1, there's a meeting about how do we feel, and then it shifted.
What works, what doesn't.
What works, what doesn't. But I know that from then on, and even the episode that we're all in again, Boomtown. It's still but a lot darker than the previous one.
Oh yeah, very much so.
That certainly wasn't.
We have to maybe pass this one along, I'm sorry.
Boomtown wasn't written when the series was kicked off. I mean, that was something that Russell came up with during filming. So there was no intention to get, certainly that part in a specific way. Yeah, he wrote it. Russell wrote it for me, darling.
Right.
He liked the way I farted, so he thought I'd
On the flatulence, I worked on a few films where the characters had to be quite flatulent, actually. And
Oh, you're an expert.
Yeah, an expert in this subject, sadly, yes. And we had an actual like farting machine on set, so the other people can react to that. Was there something similar in Floating
We
Food?
did it all ourselves. All our own stunts.
It's great that
It's interesting that you have the same humour because it's considered very British, you know, toilet humour and farting and all that. It's very, blowing raspberries is very English.
we
So you
had
enjoy
some
it,
of
it's
our
fantastic.
And you were invited back, you wrote the role for you. You have the distinction of being the first of the new monsters of the new series to be have a recurring role. You were the first.
I know.
That's you. Give it up for Annette. Some get that very, in Boomtown, there's a lovely sequences in the TARDIS where your characters, like, you're taking me to my death, who in the TARDIS can look me in the eye, and you two had a very powerful moment there. Did you discuss that, shooting that scene?
If you're playing a villain, you look for the pain, and you can't just play villains. So it was great to explore that with all the guys, and my antagonist was Rose, and just to find those moments where you have to challenge other people as to what they're doing. However villainous you are, how villain are they, how much villain are they? All the goodies suddenly became bad.
Yeah.
Twisted, that's twisted, isn't it? Is it really?
It was very powerful stuff, so that's all the writing, isn't it? So,
Yes.
put it on the page.
You don't go
on the stage.
anywhere. I mean, we can make rubbish sound relatively good, but good stuff, you ride on and it's fantastic.
It's untouchable. And speaking of more serious episodes, Camille, what was your first reaction when you read Paul Cornell's wonderful script for Father's Day?
I cried my eyes out, I have to say. Yeah, very moved. I was really, you can't not be moved by that kind of thing. It's beautiful.
And you got to really spread your wings dramatically, and with your hairstyle.
I know, how cool was that? That was a piece, that was a bit of my own hair, and then a piece. And Baby Nicky. You were in that. It was so cute.
Singing
Yeah, great, going back to, it was the 80s, wasn't it? Did we go back to the 80s?
Yeah, went back to the 80s,
Yeah, with Baby Rose. No, it's very moving, it's great. I think, in fact, all of them weren't they, really? If you take the scripts, who's got the books with all the scripts in the episodes? If you read them, I mean, I don't think there's one episode without something extremely moving, emotional.
That's good stuff. There's some other darker themes are also explored in the two-parter with it's not a Ninth Doctor we're going to talk about some 10 episodes, actually not, with these lovely actors on stage with us. The two-parter Age of Steel and Rise of the Cybermen. You've got to play a dark side in with Ricky's character. I know we've talked a bit before, but could you ask a little bit about playing Mickey opposite Ricky?
Yeah. So, you go into the parallel universe and Ricky's there, who is, freedom fighter-ish, not as badass as he pretended he was, but was still doing some cool stuff. And then really shows his bravery, and unfortunately, you see what happens to him. And it was great to play those parts and for Russell to have faith in me being able to do it and actually, be on the screen at the same time and have those characters be different. And there's great moments. Like I said, the time when I walk past the camera as Ricky and I run all the way back around the whole set and they come through as Mickey as well, like a wide-eyed. And then other great scenes that we couldn't do that where, one of my favorites is the one, not the first one in the chair, but when we're running from the Cybermen, we both run down that alleyway and stop and then have a conversation with each other and then go and so the first time they split up. And it was just, being able to do that and have that dynamic was amazing. I mean, it's a dream.
Played it very scene in there where Rose is Billy's undercover as a waitress and tries to buddy up with the mom, Jackie from the parallel universe.
Bad Jackie.
Bad Jackie. And you turn around and don't talk, and don't even expect to get paid.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy doing that?
I didn't really. I don't like being cold. But no, it's a double-edged sword. It was nice but not nice. No, it's good to be dark and cold and have no feelings. And but just it's strange when you love people that you work with and you have to treat them really badly.
Well, they gave you better outfits at least. You got to say goodbye to the jumper.
Yeah.
And they had you nice gowns and whatnot. Good stuff. So talk about working with the first season. Talk about working with Christopher Eccleston as the Ninth Doctor. We'll start with that.
Yeah, you know. I can't see glasses, so I have no idea. I worked with Chris on a film in Belgium beforehand, so I knew we'd been stuck out waiting to film for days and days and days in these it was army camp style place, so we got to know one another a bit. He's tremendously concentrated, which was fantastic in those like restaurant scene, which we shot. We had to shoot in the middle of the night because the windows let you see out into the street and the square, so we had to do it in the dark. I think if he hadn't made it work, everything that's come on wouldn't have happened, and the audience wouldn't have taken to the Doctor, and I think he scared me. He just thought, yeah, this is an alien, this is a person that you can't entirely trust, and isn't a nice man himself.
You set the standard really completely. And I said to him, you are so, weeks down the line when we were shooting, I said to him, you are so fantastic. You're so brilliant. And he said, no, I'm not. No, I'm having trouble with the alien side, Camille. The alien side, I don't know. Which, is so good, isn't it? So good.
No, you're
And of course, within the production as well. I mean, just not responsible for his own acting part, but trying, holding a company together and moving things forward. Was great on the floor with all the technicians.
Working with Chris was great. I really liked Chris. He definitely was, as I said, very, very concentrated, and took it very seriously. Which we can obviously we can make light of now. Not many actors would be like behind the trouble with the alien side. Not many people would say that, but it was a testament to his dedication of what he wanted to do with the part and trying to really make the show the success that it is now. And like Annette said, no matter who you go, David's my favourite, Matt's my favourite, Peter's my favourite, none of that exists without Chris. None of it. Because that's the only the leather jacket, the black trousers, you say pants, you say whatever. That made it relevant. That made it cool. That made it now. And he was brilliant. He was brilliant. So yeah, I had a great time with him.
Camille, I'd like to talk about the arc with the character of your late husband and how great scene in Doomsday where you're reunited with him.
With Sean.
Yeah, with Sean.
Sean. Yes, magic. It was, yet another beauty from Russell. What a hero. Just fantastic to bring him back and he being a success as well in his other world, which was great. But I was talking about it this morning. He, when we do this thing where I run to him, we run to one another, and he lifts me up. I'm actually quite heavy, and he dropped me. He couldn't, should see his face. It was like, oh my God. And he let go and slid all down my body and hung onto my ankles. It's the funniest thing you've ever seen. This big sort of strapping man. So we did laugh, and we carried on playing the scene because it was a wide shot. So, but doing it, you know, hysterically, carrying on with the scene, laughing like drains, brilliant fun. Loved working with Sean and working on anything meaty like that. It's always challenging and good stuff, isn't it?
We're almost at the halfway mark, and I'll start to answer the question. I can't see if people are lined up, but yes, they're there, okay. Before we go there, I turn it over to the audience for Q&A. I would like to ask each of you, what was your personal favorite moment from your characters? Like, what was one of your favorite Margaret moment, your favorite Jackie moment, your favorite Mickey moment?
Dinner in bondage works for me.
Great line. Why that's not on a ribbon, I have no idea. Someone out there. Camille?
A favourite moment
Your favorite
or
Jackie
comment?
moment. Favorite Jackie moment, whether it's a
Yeah.
quote or a scene.